Are all statements in My Hero Academia valid? Well, the short answer is no, but that doesn't mean that all statements are invalid, of course. This is just under different characters' perspective. For example, if I see someone carrying something heavy and I say, "Dang bro, are you the Hulk?" It does not mean they're as strong as the Hulk. I'm just using the Hulk as a symbolic reference for strength. The same way All Might is a symbolic reference for strength in My Hero Academia. Or if someone quickly charges down the lane and throws down a hard dunk and someone says, "Whoa, he's playing like LeBron," it does not mean he's as good as LeBron. They are just talking about what the play reminded them of. The same way even new athletes are quickly compared to greats, this perspective commentary is implemented into My Hero by the author. It's just a realistic spin on the story. Shiggy not even on my level and he beats Deku. Endeavor's statement of him being equal got debunked in record time by a more credible source, and yet people still use Endeavor's statement for scaling. Can't make this up. Tell Deku get past base Shiggy. That diabolical bozo getting dunked on by Last Age All Might.
What do you mean, though? These statements are all written by the author, and this means he's speaking to his story. It's canon.
This is a horrible claim to take for My Hero, especially considering Deku literally did a 1,000,000% smash that was later claimed by the author himself to not be true and just a hype CL. That's got to be the most straightforward way to assert that characters have their own emotional or perspective moments. But if you still don't get the point, I'll give you a few more contradictions that would just be straight out lies if all statements were true. First, Best Jeanist states that Final War Shiggy is on par in speed with All Might in his prime. Now, forget the fact Shiggy didn't even do anything for him to be able to calculate that. It was already known that All Might always held back around everybody to keep them safe. And when he did fight All For One in his prime, that wasn't even made public. They fought isolated, somewhere that no one even saw them. So it would make zero sense for Best Jeanist out of all people to know how fast All Might was in his prime. And even if we put that aside, if what Best Jeanist said was true, it would make no sense for someone who's weaker, All For One, to say later that if he finally gave him the synthetic copy of All For One along with the original that he already has, he can finally surpass All For One, who is weaker than All Might. It just doesn't work. Then you have Endeavor saying that future Dabi would have been able to surpass All Might if he didn't have that injury. But all that really does is just make his strength more relative to his durability. His sickness was that his body, physicality couldn't handle the quirk, not his power. Him being cured by this wouldn't affect his fire output at all. Finally, going back to earlier with Endeavor's statement of Shiggy being as sturdy as All Might. Why would this man be breaking down over All For One, who is weaker than All Might, as we said earlier, quirk being in his body, when All For One can casually hold this naturally in his body if he's as sturdy as All Might? That just wouldn't work. And there's tons of more where that came from. But point being, we can only really trust statements when they come from people that have high intelligence in the data books, or the statement is supported with evidence. Thanks for watching, and I'm out.